This is the project we're going to do today. These are using Making a Scene stamps, which can be purchased from the Peddler's Den. And I also used PanPastels on this piece onto some Master's Touch mixed media. And so let's begin. I'm going to do this project with PanPastels. So I'm going to use a mixed media pad. This is Master's Touch. I chose this one because this has more of a tooth to it than some of the other mixed media pads that I've got. And I'm going to start by adding some yellow ochre tint. I am going to be making a sunset. So about in the middle here is where I'll have the lighter yellow color. And the stamp I'm going to use is this one. So I want to make sure that I've got enough coverage. Okay, next layer will be the yellow ochre. Next we'll use some red iron oxide. Next we'll go with ultramarine blue shade. And then some ultra blue extra dark. And I'm going to use my stamping platform to stamp the stamps. And so we'll start with the trees. And I want to put it kind of in the middle of where the lightest section is. So about right here. I'm using a Misty Creative Corner so that I can offset my paper a bit. And I'm going to stamp it with some Versafine Onyx black ink. And next I want to put this little grassy stamp on the bottom. Okay, and we'll use part of this tree along the edges just to bring a hint of it in. Okay, and I'm also going to put this bird up in the sky. Okay, and the last thing I'll do is I'm going to sign and date it. Okay, now I'm going to take it outside and spray it with some Krylon Workable Fixatif. And when I'm finished, we'll be back. Okay, and now I'll use my tape runner to put it on a black mat. And this is the final piece. And I thought I'd also show you the setup that I have for when I'm working with my 80 color PanPastel set. I found this cooling rack. It came as 4 stacking pieces, and I can just slide my trays of PanPastels in and pull them out as I need them, and it only takes up the space of a TV tray. And it's been working out fairly well. And when I'm finished, I just put the PanPastels back in the box that they came in, and the cooling racks break down. I have permanently kept the bottom one though up because it did tend to collapse. So I just locked it into place with some tie wraps, and then the other 3 layers just fit into it. And then I just place the whole thing on top of here. And then I have my application tools in a storage box that I got at the Dollar Tree. And then I just store the whole thing when not in use. And the whole thing does not take up much space on the storage shelf. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!